friends, and welcome to 2021 on Costuming Drama. Who would have thunk it? I was having like this a moment where I wasn't feeling very great about 2020 and like what I got done last year and the things that I made and stuff like that. And then I went through my Instagram, which I will tell you, that is one great thing about Instagram. It will show you all the stuff you did. So if you ever want to feel pretty good about the amount of things that you've done, just have a little scroll through your feed, which is what I do. I never scroll through my feed. I don't even pay attention to my feed. I probably should do that. Anyway, so I thought I would recap real quick what happened in 2020 and then talk about maybe a little bit about the plans that I have for 2021. Alrighty, so I finished my blue polonaise. I'll try to put pictures where I can in this video. I finished my blue polonaise. I finished a Regency bonnet, which had been the bane of my existence for quite some time. People who were longtime watchers at the time will giggle at me going, I'm gonna work on my bonnet, and then I never did. Finally finished it, so yeah. I did a couple of really fun photo shoots, one at Lori Tavin's studio and one with my friend Sarah at the Sacramento Train Museum, I guess. It probably has some fancier name than that, but if you look up Sacramento Train Museum, that's the place. Then I started a Victorian ball gown because I thought I was going to go to a Victorian ball in Bath, and then that didn't happen, so I stopped working on that because I don't know, ball gowns are not like my jam. I'll make one if I have to go to a ball or if I want to go to or get to go to a ball. But I was like, yeah, I don't really want to spend all my time working on this since I don't get to go to it. It kind of made me sad to think about it, so I just stopped working on it, which is a thing you can do. Then I started learning about sashiko, and that was awesome. I took a class by Aaron Head, I think his name is. I will link him down below. He's awesome, and he's a great sashiko teacher. So I learned a bunch of stuff that day, and I every now and then get it out and practice, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. My friend Peggy does sashiko like all over clothes sometimes, and it is so gorgeous. I'm still at the like, you know when you're a kid and you're learning to write and they give you the big lined paper so you can write your letters real big? I'm at that stage of sashiko, but I'm getting there, and I've had a lovely viewer send me a box of sashiko stuff from Japan, which was amazing, and I got lots of Japanese treats, and that was wonderful. I started learning tailoring and made an 1890s vest. That was super fun. I really enjoy tailoring. It's something I would like to learn how to do a lot better than what I do now. I would also really like to learn to like fit myself and tailor for myself a lot better. I think that is going to require some surgery on my dress form. I made an American Duchess cape like everybody else in the country and it took me a while, but I got one that I'm pretty into, so that's great. I made a pair of Regency short stays, which is fantastic because now they lace up the front, which means I can get at least partially dressed on my own. All of my dresses button up the back still though, so I didn't really solve that problem, but my dream someday is to be able to have one costume that I can just put on my own self without having to have help. That's like a goal of mine to have someday. I made the most comfortable dress in the world, which is that kaftan. Ooh, that's so good. That kaftan is so comfortable and just like the most loungy thing ever, and I understand why people wear them around the pool and just hang out in them. They're fantastic. So that was a great one. I learned how to make hussifs and I started making those, and I made a few for people for Christmas, which was really lovely. And then of course I made the Hogwarts Express train gown, which took 4 months somehow. Don't care. Love it. I think it's a great thing. I think it's really good to show you guys how long stuff actually takes. There are a lot of people out there that can crank things out super fast. I am not one of them. So it's fine if you're not that fast. You can still get there. Just like slow and steady wins the race, and that's a good solid policy. I also released like 12 videos in December, none of which were sewing. Like I literally haven't sewn at this point in a month and a half, and I feel super weird about that. I've sewn because masks. So I've been working on those for people. I was supposed to send those out for Christmas. Didn't happen. Still okay. Still okay. Christmas is artificial. I can send these out whenever I want and people will still enjoy them. So yeah, I made Mickey Mouse ears, I made a buying guide, I showed you guys lots of 20 questions videos. I hope you're enjoying the 20 questions videos. Those are like a personal passion project for me, so they don't get as many views and I don't care. Like, I am into them. I love hanging out with people and talking to them, and I think it's fun for you guys to like get to meet people that I know and like hang out with them and have a little bit of a fun time with people to lighten the mood. Anyway, I was feeling like I didn't really get anything done, and then I went through that whole list. I like literally sat there and wrote the whole, I literally sat there and wrote the whole thing down. And I feel much better about it. So if you're having one of those moments ever, I strongly encourage you to just scroll through your Instagram account and see what's what there. I am a person who does not post to my Instagram every day, so that's real easy for me because I post to Instagram like twice a month. So I didn't have to go through that many pictures, but still, it's great to see, you know, your accomplishments and actually feel like you got a lot done. I feel like I actually got a lot done now that I look at that. It's a great tactic. Shall we talk about 2021? I am not a person who writes down New Year's resolutions. I don't write like all the things I'm gonna make this year. I like to have goals so that I have a direction to go in, but I also like to veer wildly off of those goals frequently, so I don't hold myself to them. I am currently thinking about, and kind of starting, possibly after I stop talking to you right now, about running essentially 3 projects at once, which I've never done before, but I kind of have. Like when I was making all that underwear back in the day for that trip I was gonna go on, I sometimes ran more than one thing at once. So I'm gonna give it a try because I think there's stuff that all 3 of them are things that I want to do. There's some that have deadlines though, and those deadlines are arbitrary, but they exist. And so I'm gonna try to meet those deadlines, and in order to do that, I kind of have to like shuffle these 3 things. So let me tell you about what they are. The first one is the Hamilton Spencer. I printed out 80 pages, 80, 20 for instructions and 60 for the pattern. So today I'm gonna tape this pattern together so that I can make a mock-up, because I'm not intending on making that Spencer happen right now, but I am intending on making that Spencer. Bernadette asked a bunch of us a while ago if we would be interested in working with a costume industry coalition, which is a group of people, nonprofit sort of organization that helps support all the people who make all the costumes for Broadway, because Broadway shut down, and of course the actors are out of work, the musicians are out of work, but also all the stagehands are out of work, and all the people who make all the costumes and all the auxiliary things for the costumes, the shoes, the hats, the like silk flowers, like all of those things, those people are all out of work because Broadway is shut down due to COVID. So the Costuming Industry Coalition is looking to support those people. So they decided to make some patterns, and the first one that they decided to do is this Hamilton Spencer, which is not currently in a show of Hamilton, but the designer designed it and is releasing it into the versions of Hamilton that are coming out now. So it's not in a Hamilton that you have seen before, but it is going to be in the productions of Hamiltons that are traveling, touring, and permanent in different cities. I think there was some sort of like maybe legal obligation with the patterns that had already existed, so that's why we got this one. However, the person who designed all the costumes for Hamilton did design this pattern, and it is going into shows. So for $22, something like that, you can get yourself a pattern. So at first I was going to make a video that went out when a bunch of other people made a video about it too. I think there was something in one of Morgan's videos. Bernadette obviously made a very beautiful video having to do with this. I'll link that down below and up here because it's a stunning video and you guys should watch it. And it'll tell you a little bit about the pattern and the Costume Coalition and all that stuff. So definitely check that out. Anyway, she asked us if we would like to make one of these as like a promotion to let you guys know about it. And I said sure. So the original pattern came out and I probably could have made it work. The very largest size that was in that pattern I probably could have fudged. The arms though were very, very small in that one. So when they said that they were going to release a larger sizes pattern, I was like, cool, I'm gonna wait for that because I would like to just make the pattern up and see how it goes. So that is the first thing I'm gonna work on, is making this pattern. I'm gonna leave a link down below if you want to get this pattern for yourself. All the profits go to the Costuming Industry Coalition, so it's definitely like a good cause. Like even if you don't think you're gonna make this pattern, it might be something you want to donate to just to be like a good Samaritan. I'm gonna go ahead and make a mock-up of it and see how it fits and see how I like it and all that stuff. And then if you recall, I said I was gonna do 3 things at once. I'm probably gonna put that down and go work on something else because I am taking a 1870s corset class from Alexander Chesbro. I hope I'm saying his name right. I don't know. But I'm taking this class. It's great. He's a fantastic teacher. I'm super interested in learning all the details about how he puts together his corsets so beautifully. So I'm really excited about this class. I think we have 3 out of the 4 modules already given to us, and we have over 100 pages of PDF already. So the instructions are very clear, and he goes through everything in an online class every week, which is fantastic. So I'm very excited about that. So the other thing about it is that nothing's due at the end of this class. You don't have to make the corset if you don't want to. But I would really like to have at least the pattern done, because he uses a method I have never seen before, which is that he uses percentages. This is very hard to explain. When I figure out how it works, I will do a video on it so you guys can see how it works. It's very interesting. So I want to work on at least getting the pattern done by the end of class so he can have a look at it and make sure it looks like it's a solid fit for me. So that's another project that I'm going to be working on. And lastly, I have all this black watch wool that I bought at the Pendleton Mill when I was up in Oregon. When I was on that crazy trip when COVID started and I had to run home super quick. So I would like to use that. I've also noticed that Merida, the Disney princess, her father wears black watch as his tartan in his outfit that he wears in the movie. And I have that 399 bustle dresses line item on my board. So I was thinking, like, what if I made a Victorian Merida in a black watch tartan? I'm like, is that a reach? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna make a black watch tartan Merida is what I'm saying, and it's going to probably be Victorian. I wanted to do an 18th century, and then I realized that this exists, which is my friend Angela, and she has already made this. She did not intend it for Merida, but she's already made a black watch 18th century gown, and it's not like I can't make a black watch 18th century gown. That would be totally fine. No problem with that. It's just like, she's already done it. So maybe I'll make an 18th century gown out of a different pattern of wool. Or maybe I'll make an 18th century gown out of black watch later, and then her and I can go twinning. But I'm gonna make mine in a Merida. So that's that. So those are what I'm going to work on. Let's just say the first quarter. It is a new quarter. We can talk about new business. So that's what's going to happen during the first quarter. My other goals for 2020 are to learn more about 18th century, to maybe nail down a couple of patterns. I did buy a jacket pattern from Scroop Patterns, I do believe, and I have a few random patterns that I have from JP Ryan that I do want to try out and I'm really excited about. I also want to get better at and improve my Regency wardrobe, because there are a lot of Regency events that exist in this world. Like, that's just a costuming thing that I don't love Regency, but then I watched Emma 2020 and I was like, I love Regency on Emma. So I'm like, can I make me love Regency on me? Probably. Let's find out. So I want to learn more about Regency, get some more stuff under my belt. I have a Regency dress that I made for my trip that I went on, is it 2 years ago now? It's 2 years, a year and a half really. So I have a dress that I have already made, and there are things about it that I don't love, so I'm going to probably rework that dress a little bit, but then also maybe make another gown and a chemisette and a few other things that I think would be really lovely with that. Maybe finish this Hamilton Spencer, but also maybe make other Spencers and stuff, and a Police or something like that. We'll see. And then after that, I kind of want to work on filling out my wardrobe with all those small things that you need. Like, if I'm going to have an 18th century situation, then I really want to work on wigs and wig pieces and hair and that kind of thing to help make that look realistic. False rumps, stuff like that. Just like the small things about your costume that add the details that make it look more historical, realistic, less just thrown on. I don't know what the words are that I'm looking for, but those are my goals. Those are what I want to do with 2020. So that is my long-winded intro into my plans for this year. I would love to up my skill set, just level up a little bit in a bunch of different things. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I know that I'm going to be in lockdown for a little while at least, until there are injections happening anywhere near me, which who knows when that's going to happen. So I have time. I might as well run with it. So I think that's what's going to happen for now. It's Speaking of leveling up, today's video is very kindly sponsored by Skillshare. For those of you who don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community that has thousands and thousands of videos for you to learn and grow from and be curious about things and sample things and deep dive into things. It's a really great platform, and I've actually been having a really good time mingling around in there, if you know what I mean. So I've been using Skillshare to take this iPhone photography course called iPhone Photography: How to Take Pro Photos on Your Own Phone by Dale McManus. Dale's a really great teacher. He teaches very simplistic, easy things to remember that will help up your game in iPhone photography in a matter of minutes. He goes over everything from editing to shot composition, perspective, all that kind of stuff, all the way through editing in Lightroom right there on your phone, so that you could make really great photos to just pop up onto Instagram at any point. I've been wanting to up my photography game for quite some time, and his class was just the thing I needed to kickstart myself, give myself some good basic rules to go out and try before I try to do anything advanced with my general photography camera. And the great thing about Skillshare is that they have classes on just about anything. If you're uncertain about what's next in your life, you want to deal with any kind of creative challenge or productivity, it's a great way to help you structure your time and set up achievable goals. If you're bored during lockdown and want to learn a new hobby, or just want to learn a lot of things about a lot of things, Skillshare is the place to get that done. I know that I have a whole bunch of 2021 goals that include me learning a whole bunch of new skills, and I feel like Skillshare has all different kinds of classes with all different skill levels that will help me master those goals. If you'd also like to up your skill game, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and giving me a fun and easy way to up my game and achieve my goals in 2021. And on a note of infinite gratitude, I just want to let you guys know that you mean the world to me. Like, you really do. I love you guys. I think you're such great people. I started out last year with 9,000 followers, and I'm starting out this year with 26,500, which for a vlog channel, man, I think that's impressive. And you guys are unfailingly kind in the comment section. Anytime I ask for anything, any grace, anything, you hand it over with no question. And I just think that's so wonderful. You guys give me hope in humanity. You've made 2020 excellent. We did COVID and everyone was just the most wonderful, and it just really warms my heart. And I wanted to let you guys know that. Like, I just think you guys are so awesome and special and magical humans. You really are. Alrighty, and with that, we have made ourselves feel much better about 2020. We have set goals for 2021 that are flexible and can be broken. Rule number 1, look out for number 1. Rule number 2, set yourself compassionate and flexible goals. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave you guys here with that, and I'm gonna go work on this Hamilton Spencer, which I am super excited about, and I can't wait to share with you. Hopefully that will be out to you guys very shortly here. I don't expect making a mock-up will take forever, but those are famous last words, and I'm gonna knock on wood about that. Leave me comments down below and let me know how you guys are doing with your 2021 goal setting. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions? Do you set goals? Are you like free willy about it? Like, just whatever? Is it 2021, we're not gonna worry about it? Like, how's it going for you guys? And how is everybody feeling? Let me know down below. Are you looking forward to that special day that's gonna happen in a few days? I am. Let me know down below what's happening with you guys. What are your projects? What are you working on? What are you listening to? What are you reading? So anybody reading anything super interesting out there? I would love to know. All right, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you are into the goals that I'm gonna do, leave me comments down below, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye guys!